Welcome in, Geminis, to your November monthly tarot reading. So we are tapping into the collective of Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Geminis, or you may be a cross-watcher. So yeah, welcome in. We are on the wrap-up of 2024. 2 more months left. So in November, we'll continue to be a big month. So Geminis, what's going on for you? We have Mercury in retrograde, which Mercury rules Gemini, so be aware of that. When Mercury goes retrograde, there's always a bit of disruption to kind of technology, plans, and also communication is a big impact there, since Mercury really kind of rules communication. So there could be potential misunderstandings and just, again, not the best time to have serious conversations with someone or to try and figure out something big. So just be aware of that. So I'm just mixing stuff up a little bit. So let's see what's going on for you guys for November here. Definitely tap into, in the weekly reading, so I have, since I started my channel, been doing weekly tarot readings. I have started to add a little bit of astrology in the weekly ones, where I give you a little update on what's going on with the astrological energies for the week. So definitely take a look at those, because those will hone in more on the week and give you some idea of what's happening on that, in that aspect. And then I would do the monthly sign readings. I have been kind of, thinking about, have some ideas about some other readings I might add in. So definitely, if you have any recommendations or would be interested in certain types of readings, let me know. Definitely right now with the individual sign readings, I also have my full-time job that I try and do, and this ends up being a full-time job, trying to even get the monthly, the 12 zodiac individual readings out. So yeah, it will be amazing at some point if I can just focus on these videos and readings for you all, that I'll do some more individual sign readings. So, all right, let's take a look. November, the end of fall, or no, I guess we have fall technically in the north till December, but we have daylight savings time coming up. We got Thanksgiving in the States. And let's take a look. So we're going to look at the Time Traveler's Oracle, and this will give you some general foundational energies for the month. So you got the Happiness card, Shambhala Himalayas, and Transformation, Rumi of Persia, and Power. Very strong cards here. This is the dinosaurs in the Jurassic period. So we have 1940 and 32. So the first thing I heard was happiness will come once you accept the transformation that you're being called to do. Or you could call it change. There is some sort of big change, but I feel like the transformation is more within yourself, internally, emotionally. I heard there is something that you've continuously been, it's like your guides, the universe has consistently put in front of you. There's a lesson. And the lesson, I feel like you've struggled with it. You haven't fully learned the lesson. It's like I feel this resistance to it, because part of this transformation is really you know, asking you to go within and surrender to, there's the moon in this card too, surrender to some deep, unconscious, I'm feeling like traumas, pain, and it's around something, it's not around so much what happened to you, but what you didn't receive, I'm hearing, when you were, most of you, a child. But I do feel like this is something that you've been carrying across lifetimes. And it's like you've been carrying, I feel this like these burdens of energy. And you're just, I feel like a lot of you have been in denial about it. You haven't want to face it. And you're like, yeah, okay, my childhood wasn't perfect, but, you know, I'm an adult now and it's fine. But there is, it's really, it's calling you to go there. You have to go there and almost talk to that child self and really look and really spend that time with that aspect of yourself and understand what did you not receive. And a lot of it has to do with you as an individual. We're all different. Our needs are all different. And our needs as children is no different than needs as adults. And usually what happens if our needs weren't met as a child, we grow up and become adults who cut ourselves off from our needs. We either cut ourselves off or we're constantly looking for things that can fulfill those holes. And that can turn into controlling behaviors. It can turn into personality disorders. It can turn into addictions, inability to really open ourselves up to love. And a lot of times that's going to show up in patterns in relationships where we continuously have challenges within our relationships. And the thing is, I'm getting, it has been a pattern that's really the same. And if you really look at the pattern, and especially too, I'm getting what people have said to you, the feedback you've given that you just don't want to face. So it takes a lot of power, right? And strength to, and it's almost, I feel like you think that's the opposite of power, that it's almost weak. But in reality, that is the strong, if you're looking to really gain a new level of power within yourself, this is going to do that. It's going to transform you. It's going to give you wisdom. You're going to level up. And you're going to feel a new power that's not controlling, but actually freeing and bringing in a lot of happiness for you. So that's pretty big, Gemini. This is pretty big. In November, right, it's the Scorpio season. It's the season of transformation. So you're really being called this month to do that inner work. And look at that. We have the moon again. We talked about the moon, which signifies that depth, the deep emotions. The moon represents water in the emotional body. This is also, you know, this card represents Pisces. So it's going deep. It's doing the deep work. And yep, look at that. 3 of Swords, 4 of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, and the Chariot, Judgment, Empress. And look at that strength. You can't get any, I mean, this is basically, you know, the same card here. Yeah, there is some deep pain and heartache that you're still, it's really running the show. And it's so deep and so unconscious for a lot of you that it's like, again, you have to really go into the depths and for a lot of you, this is unknown territory to go this deep within yourselves, especially Geminis who are more air signs, who are more about the mind. Again, this is diving into the emotions. And I do feel like this has been a theme for you, Geminis, for the last, I don't even know, at least 3 months or to 6 months. I feel like a lot of the readings for you, Gemini, have had the same theme. So I would go back and watch, if you haven't. I think it would be a good thing to listen to some of the past months' readings, and you can kind of see the similarities, because to me, for you Geminis, there's something that's super important, and that's why the message keeps coming up for you and keeps coming up. And Four of Swords is really about healing this. It's time to heal and integrate. But the only way you can do the healing is you have to actually go and identify the pain that's still there and really look at it and allow yourself to feel the pain. If that means cry, grieve, get mad. And if you need support, a lot of us need support to help someone who has the skill set and abilities to help us navigate this healing and integration and these emotions. Because for a lot of you, this is going to be really, hardcore. It's going to be really painful. It's going to bring up a lot. And how do you navigate those waters? Especially for people who really are not comfortable in the emotional space. So for some of you here, I'm seeing the Queen of Pentacles and the Empress. This can be really about a mother wound or wounds from a divine feminine standpoint. Even if you're a male, it doesn't mean gender, male and females. We all as humans have both energies. We have the feminine and the masculine. Even when we think of human beings, we both have hormones. We have testosterone and estrogen. There's that duality there, and it's within all of us. And for all of us, it doesn't matter what gender you are. You have to find harmony with your feminine and masculine aspects and energies. You have to. And that's what creates a harmonious person. That's what brings integration. And a lot of us tend to shun or push away one of those aspects about ourselves because of how we were raised, the trauma we've been through, our perspectives. For example, myself, when I was younger, I did tend to always be more jealous of men because I felt like being a man was easier and being a man was more powerful. And I saw more positive in the masculine side than the feminine. And I tended to, not that I wanted to be masculine, I just, I liked being a female, but I really I tended to lean more on those masculine characteristics like independence and power and having the strength to do things on my own. And sometimes, especially with females, that creates an imbalance too, where then you start to attract relationships who aren't there for you, who you tend to have to do everything. Again, imbalances are going to mirrored to you in your external reality. So anywhere that you're not happy or you're challenged, again, there's some sort of imbalance there. I do feel like this is referring more to like a feminine imbalance going on and pushing away the divine feminine, which is really that ability to surrender to not only ourselves, but surrender to the universe, but surrender to our relationships, to allow our relationships to show up, do things for us, and not have to control everything or not feel like people aren't going to show up for us. And there's a key lesson that you, like I said, it's really been put in your face for a long time here. That's the Page of Pentacles is the lesson. And it's really crossroads time. And I think you've kind of been at this for a while. Again, this same theme for you Geminis. Judgment Day. This is a crossroads for you. And we're always given an opportunity to choose, but you're really being called upon to accept this transformation, surrender, and learn the lesson and make the change. Because as soon as you do that, things are going to move forward really quickly in a big positive way. And you're going to see this really manifesting quickly in your lives. You're going to see the big shift. But it's only so if you haven't seen a shift yet, it's because, again, you're still resisting, I feel. Resisting this change. so let's keep going. Okay. I'm doing the Celtic cross spread this month. So we're kind of mixing it up. So I'm going to pull all the cards and then I'll read what the messages are. Look at that tower. That's where you're at right now. Yep, there's the decision. Oops, this goes over here. There's definitely karmic. This is really karmic. And I'm picking up too, that devil is, there's some fear. There's some fear that you've been programmed with. And I do feel like it came from your childhood or your parents. And it's something that your parents really held as a firm belief. And it was really prominent in your house. Like one could be, you know, you have to be a productive member of this household. And to be productive, you have to work hard. You got to work hard all the time. Like you can't rest. You know, it was almost like before you could even, you know, that was a big thing too in some older generations. It's like, well, you got to work first before you play, and you can only play or enjoy if you've done all the work. But it seemed like there was always work to do, right? So it never ended. But I'm picking up on that. There's some sort of belief, and it was so ingrained in you that it's like a fear, and it's almost like an obsession that's what literally is your front guiding force in your day-to-day. And it's very karmic. It's not true, just to let you know. And it's hindering you in regards to your happiness. It really has blocked you from really enjoying your life, finding happiness. It could have impeded on your relationships, but, you know, this is the past, right? The devil. So that's the past. But I do still feel like this isn't fully, again, worked through here. So that's why the tower's coming, because here's the resistance, here's the fear, and the karmic, you know, stuck in that karmic wheel. And as I just said it, I didn't even notice the Wheel of Fortune here, which this is the future. So this is almost like, okay, time's up. Time's up on this karmic cycle, which is a really positive thing. So it's letting you know that whatever you've been stuck in, it's fated and destined that this end. And it's coming quick here. But you can't just say, okay, great, like, oh, you know, and keep holding on to this Wheel of Fortune. Like, okay, when is this going to stop? And you're not doing any change. So there's a key, there's a, you know, a but to this, or a key. You have to change for this to happen. So you can surrender and go willingly, or you can resist. And I feel like this tower, the intensity of the tower is going to depend on your level of resistance, and wanting to keep doing the same thing and stuck in the old. So this is the current moment. We got the tower. The Four of Cups is the challenge in regards to the current situation. So the challenge, again, the Four of Cups is about you not seeing. You're ignoring what's really being presented to you. I feel like this is also, if you see the card here, this is almost like a man who's, you know, sucking on the bottle here. There's the addiction. There's the poor me. So there's what I discussed earlier about you, behaviors and patterns, addictions that you're doing to fill a hole within yourself, these needs that you never got since you were a child. Again, these could go way back to alternate lifetimes. So you're filling the pain, you're filling the holes with things in the external world instead of facing the reality, which is the cup behind you. You don't want to face the emotions of it. You just don't want to go there. So you're focused on what you don't have. Poor me. You want all these things, but you're not willing to do the things to get, you know, your cups filled here. So the Tower's coming in to blow, to kind of break through this pattern for you. And we got what to focus on here is actively, you need to actively make a decision about, we talked about the Judgment card here. So there's a crossroads here, and it's you making a decision about what direction you're going to go in your life. Are you going to choose the new, or are you going to stay in the old? This card up here is your strength, the strength of the situation. So the Eight of Wands, I do feel like communication is going to be key to this process for you. I feel like, again, as Geminis, you know, Mercury ruling Gemini, Mercury is the planet of communication. That's your sign. Really, you're meant to be one of the best communicators of all the signs. And I feel like that's something too that you're learning, kind of getting your expertise in, is learning how to communicate your emotions. And this is going to be a huge strength to you overcoming this karmic stuckness and moving forward towards your destiny. Because destiny is calling you, but I feel like it's not going to come until, like I said, you accept the change. So we have the future here. We talked about the Wheel of Fortune. The Ace of Swords down here is the kind of advice for you. Like, this is really about standing in your truth and seeing the truth finally. It's like really getting clear on what are you shying away from? What are you in denial about? What is the pain body telling you? And this too, there's something about, I think there's opportunities here also, as well as for you to communicate this to other people. And then what you need to know about the situation. So Seven of Pentacles, like, this has been something going on a long time. Like I said, there's something that you've basically been gestating. Something has been waiting to birth itself, some sort of new life, something really amazing. And that's that Wheel of Fortune too, because in this card, in this deck, the Seven of Pentacles, there's this woman here who's, you know, about to give birth, and they're waiting, right? And they're looking forward to what's coming. And I feel like there is something wonderful to look forward to. So your hopes and fears is the Four of Wands, which I feel like your hopes and fears are around your personal life, relationships, your home, and really finding that happiness. You know, this whole karmic pattern could really be impacting your relationships, love, family, friends. And I feel like you're afraid you're never going to find that happiness. And then the actual outcome here is finally, the Ten of Wands is letting go of that baggage. This is spot on to what I said as we just talked about these three oracle cards. Was it's almost like you're carrying some energetic baggage that doesn't serve you. It's actually caused you more harm than good. And the outcome is you actually finally letting that go. The Ten of Wands too is also about like a completion of a cycle. And the outcome is this karmic cycle closing out for you so that you can actually move forward and create something a lot more stable too with the Four of Wands. And for some reason, the Page of Wands flew out. So it's like this new, fresh energy coming into your life once, you know, you release this old skin, I almost feel like, as well. There's like this level of youth, like new age, like feeling younger even, and like just getting more excited about your life. This is about being inspired and creating more as well. Doing things that really just make you feel good. So I'm just going to get one more about this Tower. The Fool. Yeah, you have to go down this new path. There's a path that you keep getting pushed down, but you're resistant. You want to keep staying on one path. But the Tower is going to blow up. It's almost like it's going to blow up the one path that you're trying to stay on. It's like that path is not, it's kind of, again, it's a path of suffering, but you for some reason just won't let go of it. And so this Tower is going to blow you on the path that you're supposed to be on. And what's the choice here? The Lovers. Yeah, 5 of Pentacles. I almost feel like there's some sort of self-infliction going on. If you're struggling with money or having health issues, or just, again, in general in your life, it's just challenge everywhere. I'm hearing this is like, again, self-inflicted, even though that might trigger you. The self-infliction is, again, that karmic stuckness, but also the inability to go and look at the things you need to get out of this, like, 4 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles energy here. And then the 8 of Wands, Knight of Cups. It's like allowing love to come in. Okay, so the 8 of Wands is actually, can refer to like Cupid's arrows and like love coming in for you. I feel like there's also been a resistance to love, even though I do feel like that's something you really want. But I feel like just, again, your focus, because there's this like obsession, addiction, this belief that's just so intensely been programmed into you, that's all you can see. So even though you want love, you've had blocks up from it. And it's like, even though it would try and come in, you just wouldn't accept it, because, again, there's like this almost, I'm feeling strongly about some sort of addiction, and it doesn't have to be like a drug addiction or alcoholism. An addiction can be this state of mind that you just, obsessively stay in. It can be about obsession, about controlling behaviors that you have to control and you have to maintain control. That can also be kind of it's like an obsessive just behavior pattern or personality trait. But it could be like workaholism. It can be things like that too. This is a big one, Gemini. Again, I feel like every month has been kind of, it's about the same thing, and it's kind of, you've been in this loop, and that's why the message still every month seems to be the same. But this Tower's coming in, so I'm interested to see after November where you're at, because the Tower is coming in November. That's what's happening right now. It's getting you prepared. Everyone's getting prepared right now. All signs for 2025, and you can't bring this forward. So especially if you're watching my channel, people who come to this sort of information in my channel are obviously on the spiritual path, or dipping their toes in there. And there's a lot that we need to prepare for 2025. But like all this stuff that you've been dragging around, this 10 of Wands, you can't bring it forward. So it's like, this is the time. And it's not easy, definitely not, but you can do it. You have the power and the strength here. We have the Strength card. So, all right, Geminis, I'll leave you with that. I hope you got something good from this. If you like the video, hit that like button. And join the Lyran Soul Tribe and hit that subscribe. And I will see you in the next video.